Okay, I am going to demonstrate a physics activity that can be used for a physics lab or lecture demonstration. It has to do with static electricity, conduction, polarization, electric charge, those sort of concepts. It's a pretty simple apparatus. I have a ring stand with a rod and a light thread from which is hanging a small aluminum foil crumpled into a ball. So let's move this so close up so we can see what it is. So basically, I take a little piece of aluminum foil, kind of set the thread in the middle of it, crumple the aluminum foil around it, and it stays on there. The whole thing is very light, which is essential for this lecture demonstration. And then in my hands I also have a plastic tube. PVC and CPVC seem to work very well. Silk seems to work very well, the two together. If you look at the triboelectric series, which says which two things you put together, which charges they get. See, these are pretty far apart in the series. They get good charge. So let's go over the physics for a second. Suppose this gets a negative charge, which I believe that's the charge it gets. The metal conducts electricity. If I hold the negative charge near the ball, the electrons are going to move away to the other side of the ball, leaving positive charges behind on the other side of the ball. Well, these positive charges are going to be attracted to this negatively charged rod. Then, suppose I were to touch it, well, I would transfer some of the negative charge onto the ball. It would then be repelled. Now, if I hold it to my body, well, I'm big enough that I have enough electrons that can flow either onto or out of the ball, so I'm grounding it. I'm giving it back a neutral charge. Okay, so let's charge this baby up. Sometimes one side or the other of the silk seems to work better. There we go. I'm getting some nice crackling. Okay, so I hold the rod near the ball, and we can see it's plainly attracted to the rod. Okay, now let's touch, without grounding it, it's okay if I ground it. Let's touch the ball to the rod. So we can see the ball is clearly attracted to the rod. Now let's let it touch the rod. Some dielectric discharge. Maybe it's humid today, not likely. I live in Richland, Washington, here in the desert. So anyway, that's pretty good repulsion. Okay, now if I ground it, it's back to being attracted. So let's do that again. Get this charged up. It's attracted, repelled, and now it's attracted again, just like it was before. So here's a fun little thing we can do. Apparently, this is called the Franklin Bell effect, which I guess you would do with a couple of something charged and then a metal thing that it would bounce against. But we're going to do, my hand's ground, this is charged, so it should bounce back and forth between my hand and the rod. There we go. Let's move this a little more into the center. So you can see I'll try to do that again. And it's not just, you might think it's just swinging back and forth because it's swinging, but what's happening is pretty easy to explain. The ball's neutral, it's attracted to the rod, touches it, it's repelled, touches my hand, gets grounded, now we're back to neutral, does what it did before, it gets attracted to the rod, and it repeats itself. Touches the rod, repelled, touches my hand, grounded, bounces back and forth. So those are some fun little activities you can do with polarization, charge, electric field, static electricity, and some pretty simple equipment. Thanks.